Okay, guys, we're back with our fourth pencil tutorial, and if you watched the first three, I went over the tools, I went over the options, I went over the keyframes and the layers, and then we did an animation so I could show you how it works. And then on top of that, we went ahead and did a little other animation, and honestly, at this point, I wish I had saved the animation that I had done in the first place, because I was trying to do another one and with different colors, and I had an issue. Which again, when you have issues in pencil, the best thing you can do is just save, close the program, and reopen it, and after which it should work. Again, but okay. So what it did, and then we went over exporting. So let's open pencil real quick, because I said I was going to go over the saving options real quick. So whenever you're ready, pencil, take it away. Right. Okay. Alrighty, so let's do a circle right here because I'm not entirely sure, but I think you have to have something in here to save. So we're gonna save, and yeah, sure, we'll save it as sample animation. Crud, because that's really what it is. It's just crud. See about exporting movies also. Same. Okay. And if I remember correctly, exporting movies did not work in on Ubuntu with pencil. So if we're lucky here, we might be able to skip the image compiling step. However, if you are using Linux, I do remember it didn't work. Now I don't know if it works in this is what I was looking for. I don't remember if it works. Oh boy, I lost my train of thought. But anyways, if you are using Linux, I know that the Movie Maker option for exporting doesn't work. So here's the movie. Well, let's see if it'll play with VLC, because if it doesn't play in VLC, it won't play in anything. Again, that's another one I'm going to do tutorials over. Okay. So it's 0 seconds long. I don't think it worked. I'll have to look into that. So let's just keep it simple. And again, I'm going to make as many tutorials as I have to get all of the options and stuff out there. So if I've got to look up research stuff, I'm going to. It's just a matter of time. I've put a pause on my HTML and CSS tutorials, mainly because it got to a point where I was confusing myself. And I know what I'm doing as far as I can sit there and make a website, but there's a big difference between being able to teach somebody how to do something and being able to do something, as I'm sure you know. Yeah, and I've got to get it to a point where I can teach that. And again, Inkscape is another one that I put a pause on at the moment, mainly because I ran out of things to show. And there's a lot of things that I do want to show you. Yeah, and so pencil will probably be the same way. I might put a pause on it and go to another program for now, but eventually I will get back to it because I want to make sure everything's covered, because there's not a whole lot of content for most of these programs, and all of these programs, Cam Studio, not Jing. There's a free version of Jing. I don't like it, and I might do a tutorial over it just to show you what it does. It didn't suit my purposes though. Monkey Jam, which I'm going to show you here in a minute, I just downloaded. Notepad++. I mean, all these are free softwares that I'm going to be doing tutorials over. Inkscape, Bolka, and I'm using this in a pretty cool way on my website. When it's up, there'll be a link in the description of all of my educational videos leading you to the website. Not for any reasons other than I plan on doing written tutorials also, because if you've been watching my tutorials, you might notice that whereas I hope that I'm giving you a lot of good information and showing you stuff, I really can't stay on a linear path. My brain won't allow me to do that. So I'm hoping that when I do written tutorials next to it, I'll be able to show you all the cool stuff using the videos, and then I'll be giving you a more structured lesson plan with the written tutorials and the examples that'll better suit actual learning of the software. So, but with my hopes are that those two together will just give you a boost towards what you're wanting, which is basically to learn a software that you need for a specific purpose, be it just for personal use or because you want to freelance or design. I don't know, like a website or YouTube video, whatever. Because I'm going over so many different softwares. I'm even going to go over Steam, and that's a gaming software. But I'm getting off track. You guys aren't. You're probably wondering when I'm going to stop talking about that stuff. So I downloaded Monkey Jam, and I downloaded it from a third party. And you've always got to be careful when you download period. But when you download from third parties, generally they want to try to add a bunch of extra software, and generally it's software that you have to pay for, and it's that you're downloading the demo, or it's software that ends up being not necessarily viruses, but spyware, malware, stuff like that. So you want to make sure to definitely read the download page that pops up to make absolutely sure you're not installing something that you don't want, or it'll end up embedding itself in your computer where you can't find it and remove it, and it can cause all kinds of nasty problems for you. Okay, so, and I've never used this program before, but let's look at it real quick. Let's see, and most programs like this have an import, so that was easy to find. Okay, and so here's the interface for it, and obviously I saved it in desktops. I saved it in a folder in desktops. There we go. Sample animations. Click on that. There we go. Sample 1, 2, 3. And I wanted to show you guys this. If you remember, I saved it as sample. That was the name for the program, or for the file that I saved the pictures of the guns over. And as you can see, there were 3 pictures in the same file. In the same animation. So what it did was 001, 002, 003, and I guess it only goes up to 999. At which point, if you get to that, and again, if you get past 30 frames, I want to see it, just because I think it'd be really cool to see what kind of animations you guys come up with. But yeah, it's going to number each one. It's going to give you the file name that you choose, and then it's going to give the number of the frame. I guess all the way up to 999. I don't see it going over that. I don't see you going over that, however, so yeah. Okay, let's see if we can select all of them at the same time and add them. Okay, and that worked. So let's import them, and there we go. We have layers, layer 1. We have layers in this program, and this is called Monkey Jam, and it's an image compiler for stop motion. So you don't just have to use this for animation purposes. You can use this for pictures. And I've got a cool. If you're on my YouTube channel and you're bored, check out my stop motion car chase. I'm pretty proud of that. It was pretty fun to do. It took us about 2 hours. It was a 45-second animation, but it was fun to set all the toys up and everything and do that. Okay, so we have our 3 images. Let's see about frame rates here. I don't know. There's a scroll page within the scroll bar within the scroll bar. That's a little weird for me, but I'm okay with that. What is this? Okay, it doesn't have little pop-ups. That's not cool. Okay, that's an image viewer. All right. Let's see what our options are right here. And again, there's no pop-ups, and I don't like programs like this because that means you have to click on it to see what it does, and if you don't, it could do something that ends up messing up your whole project. Do you wish to save the changes before you closing? See, that was closing. At least it gave you this little pop-up window, but I'm going to cancel that. And let's see what else. Let's see, this looks like open file. Do you wish to save changes Untitled before closing? Again, that's making me close it. Okay, and I'm just not using my common sense. That is obviously to create a new page. That's to open a file. That's to save your file. That's your back. That's your forward. Let's go back. Okay, and I'm going to Control Z. Oh wow, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. So let's go to image. Sorry about this, guys. I'm going to have to go back and reselect all these because of that. And I'm holding Control and you go to the bottom. Oh no, I mean Shift. Control selects them individually, but you can select multiples. However, I'm going to hold Shift and click no. There we go. Okay, and see what it did. It selected the one I chose first, the one I chose last, and everything in the middle. And that's what Shift does, whereas Control just selects them all differently. And I'm talking too much to get this right. Okay, so let's add the file. Let's import it. All right, and I'm going to say this is our frames per second. It's not. I don't know what that does, but I keep clicking on it. It's not doing anything. That is for your webcam. Yeah. Okay, but that we're not going over Monkey Jam. We're just trying to get this compiled, and you can use any image compiler to do that. And this seems to be your export to AVI, hopefully. Export movie. Okay, cool. Video compressor. Okay, so as you can see, you've got your MJPEG, your WMV. What else? Cam Studios lossless. I downloaded that. That's for Cam Studios. It's another software I plan on going over. Okay, so compressor-wise, I don't know. I'll probably just leave it on none because there's only a couple pictures. There's no point in all that. It's down. I'm gonna put it on the desktop if I can find it. There it is. No, that's okay. Well. Oh, well. Again, another free software I'm not very impressed with, and I apologize if you created this and you're watching this. I'm sure you put your heart into it, but it's not impressing me at all. Okay, so sample animation, Untitled. Let's save movie and let's see if it actually did anything. As you can see, it's loading, and all these scroll bars on every window that it does, the scroll bars within the scroll bars, and also that's annoying to me. But we're going to close Monkey Jam because if it doesn't work, I don't need it open anyways. Do you wish to save Untitled? No, I don't. And a general rule is, and it looks like it worked, as you should always save your work if it's a project you're actually planning on keeping. Now, if you're just messing around, obviously, I'm not, you don't save it. You're just wasting computer space. But yeah, make sure you save often because you never know what's going to happen. Your computer can shut down, the program can go wrong, and you want to make sure you have the most updated version of the project. However, I'm not working on in specific. Okay, so that was a little weird. Okay, so that came out bad, but I guess that was a really crappy tutorial, and I apologize. But I kind of gave you an oversight of how to do it. You know what? Let's try something else real quick. Again, VLC. If it won't play in VLC, it's not going to play in anything. VLC is your go-to media player. It's got no bells, but it does have a lot of whistles. It doesn't look very good, but it does do the job. There we go. Okay, and you see how quick that was. But it did play it. However, I do not recommend Monkey Jam as of right now. First time I heard of it, downloaded it, and I just don't recommend it. It's not. And I might have been using it wrong. Maybe some of the buttons I hit because they weren't labeled, maybe it did something funny to it that caused it to look like that. But yeah, I don't recommend it for anybody at all. But at least you know a little bit more about Pencil, how to export, how to compile the images that you export, except for don't use Monkey Jam. I'm going to be very firm on that. Obviously, it was more trouble than it was worth. But yeah, and there's all kinds of image stop motion, and that's what you want to look up when you're compiling images into a movie is a stop motion stop motion software. or stop motion animation software, and just kind of look around and see. And I'll probably do another stop motion video of something around the house a little later, just to give you an idea of that. Sorry, I heard a weird noise in my living room. It threw me off. Okay, but yeah, I'll probably do tutorials on a stop motion software that I do like, using picture. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. So be looking forward to that if you're interested in stop motion, because that can be really fun. And again, on my YouTube channel, you will find a stop motion short that I did. It was really fun to do. I recommend everybody does it at least once, because it's just kind of like a cool experiment with animation and photography, and and it killed a lot of time without me even knowing. It took 2 hours to do 45 seconds. I could have sworn I was only working on it for 30 minutes. But yeah, okay. I'm going to end this tutorial now, and I'll come back to pencil a little later. So if you're watching this, if you're watching this and there are other videos, then obviously I did come back to it. If you're watching this and there aren't any more pencil videos and you're wondering where they are, just know that if you subscribe to my channel, you will find more videos with time. Also, you're going to find a lot of other tutorials. I'm even going to do tutorials on Google Chrome, YouTube, AdSense, stuff like that, because I love the internet, I love computers, I love software, and I want to share the best that I know free-wise. Because I'm not going to buy any software at the moment, so I don't expect anybody else to. There's ways to get things done, and if I run out of free software to do, then sure, I might drop a couple bucks on something, because I don't plan on ever stopping making these tutorials. And that was Tex, and I am Tex, and so yeah, I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm going to let you guys go on with your lives.